You too, man. What's going on, man? It's your boy TayFromTheEast, and today we are back with another video. You feel me? Today we're reacting to that boy video by Flacco, man. If y'all ain't seen the news, he got caught for the charge last year, but they officially just arrested him. David has finally been arrested for the murder charge of Celeste. Um, Flacco said it's far from over. I know it's a whole bunch of stuff that they trying to dig into for this case or whatever like that. So yeah, we gon' this case is crazy, bro. I ain't even gonna cap, but like he for sure. I feel like he's for sure done though. Like I dead ass think he's like for sure done. If I'm gonna be real with y'all, like he for sure done. But we gonna get straight into the video, man. If you're new to the channel, man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit that like button for me, man. It puts me in the algorithm. You feel me? It makes the channel blow up. Gets everybody to the video. You feel me? But without further more, man, we about to get straight to the video. Let's get it.
For murdering Celeste. Now, even with an arrest comment and an update this big, I'm here to tell y'all it's far from over. We haven't even scratched the surface of this situation yet.
Major breaking news now. Detectives from the Los Angeles Police Department Robbery Homicide Division have arrested singer David Burke for the murder of Celeste Rivas. Burke is being held without bail. The case will be presented to the DA's office on Monday for filing consideration. You may remember, and we've been reporting, Rivas's body was found in the trunk of David's car in September of last year. She was only 14 years old. Again, this breaking news just into our newsroom. We're working to get...
God, that's sick. That's sick, bro. She was 14. You were dating a minor. You were talking to a minor, a child, bro. You were talking to a child. And what makes matters worse is that, like, bro, like, songs and shit don't help him because they trying to, like, pin songs and shit to him. Like, and it don't help his case at all, which I don't really give a fuck if it don't help his case at all, because you're sick as fuck dating a kid for one, so I don't really give a fuck for you to even beat this case in the first place. It's like, bruh, the body was found in the trunk of your car. Like, come on, gang. Like, weird ass niggas, bro. Niggas is so weird.
more information, and we'll continue to follow this story.
We do want to go ahead and bring in now ABC's Alex Stone on the phone to speak more about this case. Alex, you've been following this from the very beginning. What can you tell us as far as this breaking information goes this afternoon?
Well, Mark and Michelle, sources are telling us that this is based off of evidence that the LAPD was able to gather and put together and now is going to be presenting to the LA County DA for a filing decision on Monday. This was not from any kind of indictment. We know that the case had gone to a grand jury. It was expected that there might be an indictment coming sometime soon. We were thinking in the last couple of months or in the next few weeks.
David is being charged with murder. Now, the reason why we have to reiterate murder is because when the investigation first started, LAPD put out a press release where they notified the public that they may not even have enough for murder, that, Celeste may have died from an overdose, and, that David and others may just be charged with, I don't know, improperly disposing of a body. But for them to charge David with murder, they would now have proof or evidence from their perspective that David committed this murder against Celeste or instructed the murder of Celeste. But nobody else has been arrested or is in custody. So for now, David is who they believe murdered Celeste.
My thing is,
this is the press release from LAPD Robbery and Homicide Division. Now, they will say the Los Angeles Police Department Robbery/Homicide Division has been...
any criminal beyond the concealment of her body. RHD has truly examined every aspect of this case to uncover the truth and seek justice for Celeste, Rivas, Hernandez. Has been investigating the death over the past several weeks. At this time, we can confirm that Celeste is deceased and her body was found in the trunk area of a Tesla belonging to David Burke. The vehicle had been parked at that location from which it was told for several weeks. So Miss Rivas may body. Her body may have been deceased for several weeks before discovery of her body. Come on, gang. Yeah, buddy, you're cooked. Buddy, you're cooked.
Diligently investigating the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez over the past several weeks. At this time, we can confirm that Celeste Hernandez is deceased and her body was found in the front trunk area of a Tesla belonging to David. The vehicle had been parked at the location from which it was towed for several weeks, so Miss Hernandez may have been deceased for several weeks before the discovery of her body. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner has not yet determined the cause or manner of Celeste Rivas' death. As such, it remains unclear whether there is any criminal culpability beyond the concealment of her body. Is thoroughly examining every aspect of this case to uncover the truth and seek justice for Celeste Hernandez and her family. But when they had that grand jury and they brought in everybody associated with the situation, they brought in David's parents, they brought in Neo, they brought in David's manager. After speaking to everybody, they quickly came to the conclusion that this was not no accident, no overdose, no, Celeste was murdered. Now, the body was so badly decomposed that the medical examiner couldn't really, get a full understanding of how she died.
This was not from that. We are told that this is evidence that they have been compiling going back to when her body was found last September, that now they have reached a point where they believe they have probable cause, and it's gone to the DA.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah,
and so a lot of people.
Yeah, man. He's cooked for shit show. For shit show, he's cooked. Like, to the point where, like, they couldn't even, like, figure out what was wrong with her because, like, her body was decomposed so fucking bad. Yeah, buddy, you're cooked, bro. It's over for you, man. It's over for you.
Wondering, so many things seem to point to him. Why did it take them this long to make the arrest?
Baby,
we know they're pretty
bro.
methodical about how they do
Somebody's
things.
baby.
Yeah, it's
Somebody's
a good
child.
question.
Like,
One of the things that they were waiting on, Mark, was the cause of death. And there was difficulty reaching that cause of death, not to get too graphic, but her body was in multiple parts. It was in, we know from court documents, 2 different body bags in the front trunk of that Tesla when her body was found. So it was difficult for the medical examiner to determine the cause of death. So they had to prove or be able to show to the DA that she was murdered, that it wasn't something else where, let's say that she overdosed and then somebody freaked out and put her body in that trunk. They have to be able to prove that it was murder. They now believe that they can do that.
All right.
Yeah, we also know,
It's for sure
David, as many
gotta be
entertainers do, had an entourage of people
Like,
around him at times. I know some.
It's for sure got to be murdered because one, like, her body was in 2 different bags, if I'm understanding right. Her body was in 2 different bags. So if her body was in 2 different bags, it for sure got to be murder. Somebody's not gonna overdose, panic, not know what to do, and to put somebody's body in 2 different, like, come on, gang. Like, no, bro.
Other individuals have been considered as drivers of this vehicle or either around. Any information on possibly how this could impact other people that David was around that also may have been around Celeste Rivas?
Michelle, we don't know yet. And if there are any other arrests that are going to be coming in this case. We know that there were a number of witnesses who came and testified in front of the grand jury again that this was not an indictment, that this is probable cause that the LAPD put together and moved forward on. But during the grand jury proceedings, which are secret as they're ongoing, that there were a number of other people who came forward, those who are close to David, friends of David, family members of his were subpoenaed to go in front of the grand jury. So if there are other arrests that could be coming, we don't know. But as of right now, he is the only one that we know of under arrest.
All right.
There has to be more arrests coming. There just has to be, right? Like obviously there's more arrests coming because the person who drove the Tesla and parked it outside of David's crib with the body in the trunk, that person was never identified yet or arrested, but the private investigator says they have ID'd the person, they know who that person was. Well, if that person drove the body and parked it, isn't that person some type of accessory after the fact?
Yeah, he's accessory to the crime for shit show. Especially because that body is in that front seat. That piece of her body is in the front seat. So you drove that girl body in there, knowing that girl body was in there. You didn't call, you didn't say anything. You're an accessory to the crime for a shit show. Absolutely. Like, you should have been arrested. That I feel like that was probably somebody that should have been arrested off of the fact that he was the only one to be brung up in the case, and he wasn't even the person to drive the fucking Tesla there. He for sure, the person that drove the body there, should be known. Like, nah, should be arrested for sure.
The people who was purchasing things like burn cages for David, isn't that person somehow an accessory after the fact? Now, a lot of people came in and they spoke to a lot of people. I knew David was cooked. A lot of people came in and they spoke burn cages for David.
Burn cages?
Isn't that person somehow an accessory after the fact? Now, a lot of people came in and they spoke to a lot of people. I knew David was cooked from the second, right, that they was bringing in his homies, bro. The one homie, after the grand jury, his entire tone changed, bro. Once they brought him in and they let him know what he was facing and how he could be charged, man, bro came back on Instagram and told everybody, hey, bro, David is a piece of ish. Celeste is a victim. And we're like, huh? She's a victim. So that means that she was murdered. Once his best friend turned on him publicly, I knew it was already cooked for David.
Here's what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to read you what Neil Langston just posted on his Instagram account. And I will tell you, it's quite telling, okay? And I'm curious why he posted it, why of all times right now. I'm going to try to put it into context a bit more.
Because he did some shit.
But this is important. This is a big development. So Neil took to
time.
Instagram with a series of posts. There was one that said, I understand due to my silence and the silence in general, it leaves a void of information that everyone wants to fill. But at the end of the day, this case isn't about me. It isn't about you. It's about getting justice for the victim and her family, and I care a lot more about that than trying to fill that void because of public opinion. Obviously wasn't doing my part at first, but now I am. I've stayed loyal to my mindset and I will continue to. I'm not publicly going to give any opinion or emotion about this case because I find it disrespectful and not my place to weigh in on it, especially as it's still ongoing. I'm not going to spam post to justify and perform my feelings and thoughts for the internet, trying to satisfy people who have already made up their minds about me. In time, the record will speak for itself, and I'm moving on with my life. There was another post where he apparently said, I think the worst part is that I've told so many people that I trust that I thought knew me as a person, my side of things, all for that to be thrown out the window as soon as I get arrested and they slap that bleep's name next to mine. I'm assuming he's referring to David here. And for the record, the thing I was arrested for, I wasn't even charged. They never filed it, and my warrant was retracted because there is more to the story than what's on the news. Then there's this post. Thankfully, I'm legally fine in every way, and boy, do I got all my receipts for things. Ha 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 ha. This raises a lot of questions about why he posted this. Obviously, he can't and will not say anything to jeopardize his legal rights, right? Probably instructed by the government to not say anything either if he had spoken in front of the grand jury. Probably his attorney said, don't say anything. I don't even know if his attorney was consulted with this post, but it seems like he's trying to correct whatever misconception or misunderstanding the public has on him or his alleged role in this, because there is a lot of talk about him.
It could be possible the prosecutors...
Man, he not trying to get his ass locked up, gang. That's really what it is. He's not trying to get locked up, and I feel him on that. But it's like, don't think you so innocent in it because you was right there letting your best man's talk to a fucking 14-year-old, love a 14-year-old. Like, come on, gang. Like, you're not as innocent as you think, gang. Like, let's be real. You're really not. And I hate when motherfuckers think that they so innocent. Like, nah, you're not innocent. You did some fuck shit as well. So, you're not all the way off the case. Like, even if you ain't did anything to harm that girl, you still allowed some weird shit to go on while you was around. So, don't think that niggas just not gonna look at you sideways like, fuck, weirdo ass nigga. Like, you allow people to do this. You cool with people to do this just because that was your friend. Like, you're not off the hook all the way, brother. Like, don't do that. Like, don't do that.
Strike the deal with Neo and other people involved. to where for their testimony and they agree to come and testify against David, they won't get charged with accessory after the fact. Because this case, for the most part, is hinging on witness testimony. It's hinging on people coming and taking a stand and testifying. Because in terms of physical evidence itself, there's really not much. David had, 6 months to a year to clean this up? The private investigator said that he believed that Celeste may have been dead for almost a year before they found her. So he had about a year to clean up his tracks. So they bought a burn cage because they was about to get rid of the body. Whoever that tow person was, or whoever called that tow truck, saved this case, bro. Because can you imagine if they were allowed a few extra more weeks when David came back from tour and they was able to work that burn cage and really burn it and burn her body and get rid of everything? What other evidence would there be that David murdered this person? What other trace would there be? There won't be no trace. And her family was...
What the fuck? That nigga was this close from getting away with that shit, boy. That's insane work, bro.
Looking for, she's been missing for like almost a year. And they knew she was with David. They didn't give a damn at all. But there has to be more arrests coming because David ain't do this alone. Yo, David was a millionaire who paid a lot of people around him to do certain things. People who was driving that Tesla around with the body in it, people who was purchasing the burn cage under the fake name, people who took the trip with David to the middle of nowhere in California, and we still don't know why they took that trip there. Everybody involved has to be held accountable. I'm not even comfortable with them getting deals. Now, a lot of us had a hunch that this was coming, that, you know, that the first-degree murder charge was coming, because if you were focused or tapped into this case, then you know that, you know, like court documents were getting leaked, where it literally was like the state of California versus David Burke. So we already knew some charges were coming. I just wasn't expecting a murder charge. Because for months we've been, you know, told, yo, you know, they might get charged with...
Nah, it ain't no way y'all ain't expecting no murder charge. I was expecting a murder charge off the rip when they found the body and brought a car. And when you found out the girl age. So off the rip, I already knew he was getting charged. So I ain't even about to sit here and cap the y'all, bro. Like, it's certain shit that you gotta know just based off of repeated things that have happened when people get in these situations. So it's no way that y'all didn't think he was gonna hit with a murder charge, especially if you do your info like how you do your info, Flacco. There's no way that you ain't think bro was gonna hit with a murder charge. I'm gonna be real. There's too many cases out here, too many repeated cases out here that's just like this. Celebrities do this weird shit with these fucking babies, these fucking kids, weird ass motherfuckers doing these shits with fucking kids. Protect y'all fucking babies. Stop giving y'all babies away to these fucking weirdos for some fucking money. And I'm not saying that this situation is about some money, but stop doing that, bruh. Y'all are weird as fuck. Stop selling y'all kids out to these fucking weirdos for some fucking money, bruh. Like, that's weird, bruh. That's weird. Your kids got a choice in this fucking world. Protect your fucking kids. Protect the kids, bruh. Kids are innocent as fuck. Protect them. Like, y'all are fucking tripping, bro. Y'all are tripping. I don't know what type of parents y'all want to be or what type of parents y'all are, but if you're a parent right now and you got a teenager, protect y'all kids, gang, from these weird-ass niggas out here, bro. For real. These are the type of niggas that need to be stoned. Niggas like this that mess with little kids, children, they need to bring stoning back for niggas like that. No cap. And I'm all with that. And I'm not even bullshitting, bro, because I don't like shit like that. That type of shit is weird to me, bro. No cap.
Concealment of the body. You know, we don't know if murder really fits, but now we know for a fact they have enough to confidently state that David murdered Celeste.
Talking about they feel like her body
dead. The people of state of California v. David Burke. Nathan Hochman at the top. He's the Los Angeles County District Attorney. Beth Silverman, too, who we believe is the attorney prosecuting this case. So confirming, again, this is a real case. They're the prosecutors. There was even video or pictures of her coming in and out of court. It goes on to say that there is now pending in the Superior Court of the County of Los Angeles the above entitled grand jury investigation by the state of California against target David Burke. David, you know, that's his real name, David, wherein target may be involved in having committed the following criminal offenses against the laws of the state of California, to wit, 1 count of murder. And when I looked up the penal code, that was allegedly broken here. Murder is the unlawful killing of a human being or a fetus with malice aforethought, basically an intentional killing. The filing goes on to say, on September 8th, 2025, at approximately 10:30 hours, Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD detectives received a phone call from the manager of Hollywood Area Official Police Garage. The manager stated a black Tesla Model X had been impounded as an abandoned vehicle by the Department of Transportation on September 5th, 2025. The manager told police there was a strong smell of decay coming from the vehicle, which was attracting flies. LAPD detectives responded to the Hollywood tow yard to investigate. Detectives approached the vehicle, which was parked on the upper deck of the impound lot, and immediately noticed the smell of decaying biological material consistent with a decomposing corpse coming from the front storage compartment of the vehicle. Detectives obtained a search warrant for the vehicle, and when the front storage compartment was opened, detectives observed a black cadaver bag covered with insects and a strong odor of decay. Utilizing black latex gloves, detectives partially unzipped the bag and observed a decomposed head and torso.
Man, that nigga is cooked, gang. He is cooked. Did y'all hear that? He's cooked, bro. It's over for him, bro. It's over for him. It's over for him, bro.
Investigators and criminalists from the Los Angeles County Department of Medical Examiner responded to the tow yard to process the decomposed body. Upon removing the cadaver bag from the front storage compartment, it was discovered the arms and legs had been severed from the body. A second black bag was discovered underneath the cadaver bag.
I don't think we have even scratched the surface of this. Y'all think David himself cut off or sawed off her limbs and put it in the bags? You think David did that himself? I don't think so. No, I think David had a lot of flunkies around him who was doing his bidding. And I think everybody involved need to be held accountable, man. And this might be controversial here, bruh. I think the people that allowed a 14-year-old girl to move into the house of a grown man and didn't really care about her well-being or her whereabouts,
didn't I just say
and allow
this?
her to stay over there, I think those
Didn't I
people
just say
probably
this?
need to be brought in as well and questioned.
I'm telling you.
You never questioned why this 14-year-old, so she was 13 at the time,
She was 13
crib at a 19, 20-year-old crib. Like, you never questioned this. Like, you never questioned like the appropriateness of their relationship, which we now know their actual relationship was inappropriate. We now know they were intimately involved, that this dude was an absolute sicko. We know this. But where were the adults in her life? Where were the adults who were responsible for this young girl? That's where we got to start, questioning things like the R. Kelly narrative, where R. Kelly claiming, the parents, gave the daughters to me. Is that what we're dealing with? Like, did the parents know? Was David able to pay off people? Because even like classmates or peers and associates of Celeste claimed that David came to their neighborhood and was paying people to keep quiet on Celeste and David's relationship, that he was paying people not to say anything about what they knew about them being involved. So if this man was willing to pay Celeste's friends to keep quiet, what do you think he was willing to do to make sure that the adults in her life was okay with them hanging out and being intimate and dating?
Especially if he was a millionaire.
Y'all let me know in the comment section, man. What do you guys think, man? And if you're also watching this video and you want to watch another good video.
Man, this situation is weird as fuck, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. It's weird because, where the fuck are the parents at? It's sad because she was 13 at the time when she started messing with him. She was 14 when her murder happened. And to the point where, the DAs think that, she was dead for a year. It's fucking sad, bro. It's sad, man. I really do hope they get justice for this little girl, because that's just ridiculous, bro. Niggas is just weird for doing man. The situation is crazy, man. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section down below. New to the channel, man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the next vid, man.